Welcome to
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you
I
doing?
talk about so many different things
How you
pertaining to
been?
life and living and
What's
all the
going
things that
on?
go into all these different
What's
people and
good?
the stories of our life.
Are you
Please
getting it
subscribe
in?
and check me out.
Somebody
Leave a
getting it
oh
for
my
you?
review and welcome
What's
to the
going
Gateway of Jazmine
on,
House.
people?
Follow me on Instagram to see my
Subscribe to my
latest
channel.
videos.
Okay, now they arrested two guys already and stuff as far as the murder of Jazmine Barnes. Now, this story's gonna have a lot of twists and stuff to it because basically the mother was stating allegedly that it was a white man, but as you see, they arrested two black men. Now, I want to share this there with you as of today, which is Monday, July the 7th, 2019. Allegedly, the driver of a 7-year-old killing to be held without bail. Now, it's stating that Houston, Texas, the suspect driver in the shooting death of 7-year-old Jazmine Barnes will be held without bail. A judge in Texas ruled Monday. Eric Black Jr., 20 years old, did not speak during the 5-minute probable cause hearing in Harris County Court. Wearing a yellow jumpsuit, his hands and feet shackled, he sat at the jurors box during the proceeding with less than half a dozen deputies tactfully addressed standing before him. Harris County Sheriff Office on Saturday, it fled capital murder charges against the 20-year-old, but it's not clear if he had been formally charged by the court. Black was not required to enter a plea deal on Monday, which is today. Now, it also says that his attorney, Alvin, entered a notion saying that Black invokes the Fifth Amendment rights and should no longer be interviewed by investigators. The motion was granted. Prosecutors said that Black has confessed to driving the car from which Jazmine was shot December in Houston. A gun found in his home was consistent with the 8 shells casing found at the scene. Black and the suspect shooter mistook the car carrying Jazmine for the car belonging to someone else whom the pair had earlier altercation at a club. Prosecutor said Black's mother wept and clenched as a family member's hand during the hearing. Black mouthed, "I love you" to the family members and left the courtroom. Now, the police traffic stop led to confession. Black was pulled over for failing to use the turn signal on Saturday night and was arrested for marijuana charges. Texas authorities says, thank you to the early non-mistake, police learned Black might be involved in the driving shooting of Jazmine, who was shot in the head while was riding in the car with her 3 sisters and a mother. Now, the shooting moment by moment, the anonymous tipster said that Black and another person identified as LW was shot at the vehicle after mistaking it for another one. During the question, Black acknowledged that he drove the vehicle using in the shooting while a man in the passenger seat opened fire, according to the affidavit. Now, Black also said that the gun used in the shooting was at his home. The affidavit said he gave officer permission to search his home, where they found the 9mm pistol consistent with the shells recovered at the scene. The fate of LW was not clear. Harrison Sheriff Ed Gomez said to believe that the two suspects were involved in the shooting. Why didn't the sketch match the shooter? The sheriff declined the name of the second person, citing investigation. Prosecutors identified Larry Woodruff as the second shooter in the court hearing on Saturday, in Houston Chronicles reported. Now, the jail records indicate that Woodruff is in custody on drug possession charges he has not been charged with in connection with this shooting. Widespread support to the family growing over the weekend. Hundreds of mourners gathered outside of Walmart near where Jazmine was killed. Washington thanked everyone who came to honor her daughter, whose birthday is next month. I'm telling you, every time I see one of y'all reach out to me, I can hold my hand up. She said, I can get up in the morning. Now, more than 2,800 people have donated to the GoFundMe to set up for Jazmine's funeral expenses and the family. Jazmine said Jazmine will be honored on Tuesday in the Justice of Jazmine Barnes community rally honoring the homicide victim in Harrison County, according to the organizers. Service of Jazmine is scheduled to begin at 10 a.m. on Tuesday with the viewing of Green House International Church. Her funeral is at noon. Mourners plan to release purple balloons in Jazmine's favorite color. We often don't empathize the death of black and brown children, the family attorney S. Lee Murray said. We all have a role in getting justice for the child of any violence. Now, this is being reported as of today. Now, also, something else was being reported in reference to the fact that it was a white man that's being reported. And someone put down at the bottom here at the comment section that her mom is just as bad. She claims that it was a white man in spite of the weapons being found in the suspect's home. Our roommate's sister-in-law makes that eight. Okay, that's something totally different now. Basically, they're saying that they turned like racially divided, of course, in reference to this, and they're stating that in this block right here, it says rejecting the facts of Jazmine, and it's saying that the narrative deliberately screams white supremacies from MSM over the death of Jazmine Barnes in the drive-by shooting of December the 30th. Word already out of control, radical divide and frenzy of two black males implied as a murder, not a supremacist group, and stemmed from a white man. People of the scene fleeing, reported. Now, but we was likely fleeing the sound of shooting and had nothing to do with the murder, according to the police. That had the media in a virus as far as race barrier, as is being told. Now, it said a red pickup truck pulled next to Barnes' vehicle on December the 30th. The shot ran out. The mother was hit in the arm, and Jazmine was sitting in the back seat, was killed. Two other girls in the car were not hurt. Acting on tips, police arrested Eric Black, 20 years old, and charged him with capital murder, and Larry, 24. A second suspect was also arrested in the bail set at $100,000 on drug charges, although further charges will be forthcoming, and the murder suspect was found in Black's home. It says a false narrative. In this case, a mistaken identity, not a crime. Some people are still pushing the hate crime angle. Irresponsible. At least one lawmaker, Sheila Jackson Lee, is not admitting it, according to the rejection of the facts. Even searching for the facts is why our nation is so divided of the tweets by those who do not care about such importance. So basically, the story went out as far as a white man that's supposed to be, allegedly, a white man that shot into the car, according to the mother. They shot into the car and killed her daughter and shot her. Now, allegedly, that's where the story went out. But as the suspects come out, they arrested two guys here, and they're not white, they're black. And two black guys that was arrested was Larry and Eric. And it set up a race war and stuff. Well, not a race war, but it just set people in different frenzies because of saying that it was a white man. And basically, allegedly, they're stating that it was the black man. And he's saying that he was there. And allegedly, the prosecutor said the black had confessed to driving the car from which Jazmine was shot on December the 30th in Huston, and the gun was found at his home was consistent with the 8 shells casting found at the scene. Black and the suspect shooter mistook the car carrying Jazmine for a car belonging to someone whom the pair had an earlier altercation at the club, prosecutor said. So basically, they're stating that they shot into the car thinking that it was someone else. This is not unfamiliar. Thinking that it was someone else, shot into the car, shot the mother and the daughter, mistaken identity. Now, allegedly, Black is stating that they thought it was someone else. They made a mistake. So basically, they're stating that they're the one who did it. Now, I have a funny feeling about this story. Something is not right with me, but I feel it's going to be a part 2. Because how can she say she's seen a white man? And obviously, these two men is not white at all. So something is not adding up here with me. Something is not adding up. Maybe I don't know. I don't even want to speculate anything on this, but something is not adding up to me. Like, how could you look over and see a white man, and all of a sudden they come to black men, and it's basically stating that they did it. Now, the thing about it gets me on this is that they said that they was one had marijuana and one was on a drug possession, and something's not right here. I don't know what it is, but something is not fitting right with my spirit here. Black was pulled over for failing to a turn signal on Saturday and was arrested for marijuana possession. Thanks to the early anonymous tip, police learned that Black might have been involved in the driver shooting of Jazmine, who was shot in the head while riding in a car with the three sisters. Now, this is my thing that's questionable to me, is like, how could you get an anonymous tip if nobody don't even know him to be locked up? Like, how would they know he's there for that anonymous tip? You know what I'm saying? How would they know he got arrested for to be an anonymous tip? Something's not right here. Like, you just don't give anonymous tip when you don't know somebody got arrested. Like, if you don't know these people, how would you know they got arrested? It's anonymous tip. Unless it went all over the news thing, he got his picture went out, but I didn't see anything about his picture being out. And someone saying, well, that's him, that's him. An anonymous tip. Something is not right here. But I'm going to let you be the judge and jury in this. So you tell me what you think about this. Because something does not fit right in my spirit with this. These are two guys that basically did drugs and stuff like that. To me, I feel as though something is being covered up. An anonymous tip, I feel it to be very questionable with that. Because how can something be an anonymous tip and they just happen to be at the right time and it be them? In a car and stuff like that, I'm not sure, but I think people plan things all the time when all they got to do is match the shells or match something with the car, or match something the shells with the, like, place it there. But I'm speculating that could not be true as well. It could be, they could basically really do have the right person. But as a mother, and she's watching her child being murdered, I feel as though that shot image in my head, if it's a white person, if a black person, a Puerto Rican person, that image in my head, you killing my kid, I would know it was a black person or a white person. But that's just my opinion. Something's not right with me, but sitting right in my spirit with this story right here. I feel as though it's going to be a part 2 to this, to be continued. However, I want to know how you feel about this. How you feel about this story? And there's two black men, basically. They both did marijuana, smoke weed, whatever case be like this, and it's kind of split in the middle and stuff. And stating that the message is to the white supremacists for the Me Too times of the Jazmine Barnes. She was murdered by a white supremacist in Houston. Her murder is still at large. Your silence says everything. So, I don't know. I feel like something's not right here. I feel as though they may be trying to close the case. And what's the best way to do it? Two guys that do drugs. They happen to be black. They're saying they admit it. I don't know. But I'm going to let how you feel about this. I'll be reading your comments. Now you feel about this. Do you feel as though they got the right person? Do you feel this is a setup? Do you feel as though that somebody's coming for something? I just found it, the thing that finds it comfortable with me is that it's the part that goes anonymous tip. Thanks to our early anonymous tip for the police that learned that Black might be involved in the driving by shooting. Like, how could you get anonymous tip if nobody knows he's there? See, that's questionable for me. An anonymous tipster said that the Black and another person identified as LW was shot at the vehicle after mistaking it for another one. During questioning, a Black acknowledged that he drove. See, this is questioning. Question means that sometimes when they're doing questioning stuff, they will keep you in there interrogating you till you admit to something. They will make you admit to stuff that you didn't even do. And sometimes they get there inside of there, they'll be beating on you and stuff like that. Just my opinion. They can make you confess to stuff you didn't do. But at the end of the day, you sitting there behind jail and you hoping that somebody will get you out. But my personal opinion, something is not right about this. Something's not right about this. Doing questioning, Black acknowledged that they drove the car away, and That was confession, and that the black also said that the gun he used in the shooting was at his home. The affidavit said that he gave the officers permission to search his home while they found a 99 millimeter pistol consisting of the shell casings recovered at the scene. Now, another question here. How could you get pulled over for one thing and then how to end up at your house? See, this is questionable to me. Black was pulled over for failing to use the turn signal on Saturday and was arrested for marijuana possession. So how did he get from there all the way to his house? See, this is questionable to me. Black also had a gun they used in the shooting at the time. The affidavit said, now why would they be at his house if they already arrested him? So this is questionable to me, where they found a 9 millimeter pistol consisting of the shells cages that was recovered at the scene. This is questionable to me. The fate of LW is not clear. This is questionable to me. This is questionable to me. I just find it amazing that somebody could get locked up and then all of a sudden they just so happen to go back to their house and find a gun there and stuff like that. This is questionable to me. To me, my personal opinion, I feel like this is a setup. I feel like these two guys are being set up. I believe, in my personal opinion, is that they are trying to close the case, so say that they did their job and they put it on them because they probably smoke weed and sold drugs and just another way to get them out the way. And I feel as though, my personal opinion, the real killer has not been found. This is a cover-up. And if it's a cover-up, allegedly the way I'm thinking it is, there must be somebody that's more inclined with the force. Because why would you cover up something with someone else that's somebody in the force or somebody's family member? Anyway, like I said before, I love your feedback on this, and we're going to have to do a to be continue. I want to hear you fire on this and let me know how you feel about it. I'm going to read your comments. Like I said before, subscribe to my page. At the top, there's the Instagram button. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. Let you know I love you, and thank you for watching. Kiss the Read.